So you want the pretty chart backgrounds in Excel. This is how you get them. Super easy. And I'm going to give you some tips for how to use these well. Under the Insert tab, you're going to go down to the Shapes menu and grab a rounded rectangle in this case, but you could use any shape for this. Click and drag to drop it in. Now, once it's in there, you're just going to right click and you're going to go to Format Shape. And over here in our formatting menu, we're going to go to Picture or Texture Fill. And then you can hit Clipboard to drop in any image that you've copied and pasted from somewhere else. One thing to keep in mind, you want to find an image that's roughly the same aspect ratio, meaning the ratio of height to width, as whatever shape you're putting it into. Otherwise, it's going to skew or compress. And then when you drop in your charts or your text, you're just going to drop that in on top. But the secret here is for both your text, your charts, and any metrics, you're going to want to make sure you have no fill selected so that it's transparent. You can see the image behind it. The only other little tip here is if you're trying to get a metric out of a cell and into a text box like this, you just add in a text box, and then up in your formula bar, you just hit equals, and then you click on whatever cell you want, and it's going to link that text box to that cell. Some things to keep in mind here. You're going to need to use a font color that has enough contrast with the background that you can actually read it. I have a dark background here, so I'm making it white text. One trick you can use to make that font easier to read is to make your image like 50-60% transparent. That's what I've done here. I've just adjusted my transparency until I think the font is easy enough to read. And that transparency option is just going to be in that same menu where you added in your background. Same thing applies to charts and the series colors you use in your charts. Just get everything adjusted to a font color that's either light enough or dark enough so that you can actually see it and easily read it. And that's it. You can make really cool looking charts and backgrounds this way. Obviously choose images that actually make sense and relate to the data itself. You don't want to just arbitrarily use images in there. I think of this as using imagery the same way you might use it in a PowerPoint slide. It can really help get your audience engaged. Just a great tool overall. If you got questions, just drop them in and let me know. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And if you want these Excel templates or any of the other ones, we send them out totally for free on the newsletter. There's a link over on my bio. And if you don't see the link, you can just head over to my YouTube. There's a link for that, and then you'll find my link in bio over there. That's it for now, everybody. Hope that helps. Bye.